Hello, thanks for the nice comments on my blockbuster movie, They're the Virus. I enjoyed making it and you've asked for some more, so I'm working on it. Trust me. I've got an idea, but it's going to be a bit to do. Anyway, meanwhile, quite a while ago, I bought a bread maker. And I thought, oh, I've done one before, I know, but I didn't have my own bread maker then. Anyway, I've been making bread, and you know, it's so good I've been eating it. Well, what I do, eat a slice or two, and I've given the rest of the loaf so it doesn't, you know, otherwise it goes stale next day, so I've been giving it to neighbours and different people. Anyway, we'll get on with it. So here's the instructions, look. If you can see that, I'm doing the simple basic loaf at the top. And I think I've got everything done. So I've had a bit of practice, that's what I'm saying. I've been making one, well, most days. It's quite good actually. So, first thing is, I know what to do first. You've got to oil the pan and the paddle. So you need a bit of kitchen roll, and you pour a little tiny drop of oil in here, like that. I'm trying to show you. There we are, that'll do. And then you just have to get a piece of kitchen roll and wipe the oil around the pan, you know, so that's the first thing you have to do. And it's quite funny really, there's a chap round here, smashing bloke, we call him Jethro, right, and you've seen him on my videos. He runs a company called Well Oiled, and he's got lots of fantastic vehicles he's built. I mean really fantastic. You know, he's got a motorbike with a Vista D engine in it, and he's got a, well I think he has, and he's got all sorts of stuff, vehicles. It's fantastic bloke. It's a shame I won't see him anymore because we can't go to the shows now. I'm holding stuff up to show you so you can see me at the same time rather than look at that. I'm not doing that, I'm just, right, I've oiled that, and there's still oil on here, and you've got to oil the paddle well. It'll still stick when it comes out, but you've got to oil the paddle well. So there you are. But you want to make sure that even though it's a non-stick pan and paddle, you'll find it still blooming sticks a bit. It's not that bad. And then what you do, you dispose of the oil on your thing, and I've got a pan of hot water here, soap water. You want to get the oil off your hands. You haven't got a lot of washing up to do with it, but you've got a little bit. So I'm leaving the camera where it is. You can hear me talking, I'm sure you can. But all I've got to do is just wipe the oil off my hands, which we've done, and then I'll show you the next steps. Pretty easy. So what I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to put the ingredients in. I'll show you how to do it, and I'm tipping them in the pan, you know. So I know what we need to start with. We need that, the way I've told you before, that's tablespoon, that's teaspoon. You get a measure, and that's a measuring jug. So the first thing you need are 3/4 of a cup of cold water. So I've got to do that now. So as I say, it's easy, but the one thing, as I say, that you need to do, the only thing that will ruin it is you need to be as accurate as possible with your ingredients. That's I found that quite important. And also, because this pan's got a bit, I think it's got like burnt the edge or something, the loaf up, they're not coming out dead even now. It doesn't matter, right, obviously, but right. So we fill that up to 3/4 cup, and that is spot on. I'll try and show you. It's a bit hard to hold it level. I don't know if you can see the markings on there or not, but that's 3/4 cup of water. So the first thing you do is tip some water in, 3/4 cup of water. And then of course we're going to need this again, so the next thing you have to do is just dry it out, because if you stick this full of flour and it's damp, it'll all stick to it, and most of the flour don't go in, like, you know, so it pays just to give that a good dry first and then put it down. It'll be dry when you want it. So now, going back again, as I say, I know what I'm doing, but it's important that you don't forget any steps. So I'm doing the basic white loaf, see, there. First thing is 3/4 cup of water. The second thing is 2 tablespoons of skimmed milk powder. So we do that. So here's a tablespoon, and that's skimmed milk powder. So what we do, we get, and like I said, you ought to try and be fairly accurate, so you see what I mean. So that's one, and what I do, I shake it in there, get the excess off. That, you see, is 2, right? So we've done that bit, and I can now, what I do to make sure I know, I put that back in the cupboard again, because then I know I've done it. It's just to remind myself, having such a bad memory, of course. So that's the first thing done. The second thing, 2 tablespoons of sunflower oil, right? So that's another easy bit. So, holding it up here, I should be able to show you 2 tablespoons. Got enough? Not quite. Oh dear. Can't watch what I'm doing. There we are. 1. 2. Right? 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. So that's that bit done. And now again, because we're going to need this again, we've got to wash it up. Not much washing up to do, but there's a tiny bit. It doesn't take many seconds. So we're doing that. Now, I have got another plan project on underway, someone suggested. And that is to do, I've got some tubing, some copper tubing. I mean, looking round, and I was thinking about a sort of doorbell, you know, and I thought, well, if I make like a small wind chime, right? Now this may or may not work, I don't know, but I'm going to have a go, because I've got some tubing left. It won't be tuned like it's supposed to be, and I can't do it as long as it's supposed to be. So I'm going to have a go, and it'll be a video. Even if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. I've got it, right? I've already got it. So if I cut some lengths of copper pipe, and if you go and look out and make a wind chime, you'll see what you've got to do more or less, and it'll be smaller and it won't be in tune. And then I've got to hang it inside, at the back door, and I'm having a piece of string on the door, I think. There might be enough draft off the door to make it work, or there might not. So I'm just going to hang it from the ceiling and see. It's hardly going to cost me anything, and it's a just a little project for a bit of fun, isn't it? Right, so you've got to make sure that you dry your hands and your equipment very well, and that's will be the last time we have to wash it up. So the next thing is reading the manual here. Sugar, 1 1/4 tablespoons, TBSP, look, 1 1/4 tablespoons of sugar. So you have to estimate the quarter, but it doesn't matter too much, I found, on this. So we get 1 1/4, and you have to guess this bit. Yeah, I think, look, I think you'll agree it's about 1/4 in it. Don't matter if it's slightly sweet. I like it sweet. So that's that bit done. Now the next thing I need to show you, I must remember. 1 teaspoon of salt. Right, 1 teaspoon of salt. If you hear a voice in the background, I've left my CB on. I haven't had it on for years, and I've been trying to get hold of someone, see if they're on. Right, 1 teaspoon, double check, of salt. So, here we are. That's the teaspoon. Yeah, that's it. See? 1 teaspoon of salt. As long as you follow the instructions, you'll be alright. So that's that bit done. What's next? 2 cups of strong white bread flour. So what I do, I've got a bag here of flour. Yeah, we've got enough flour. So what I do, I get the cup and I put it in the bag and I fill it up. And this is the messy bit. Fill it up and shake it. I've got to hold it just outside here, but I'll show you. There, look. That's 1. And this is supposed to be 2, isn't it? Oh dear. I've got enough, it's just getting to the bottom of the bag. As you can see. Look, getting to the bottom of the bag, there's not a lot left. There's enough. But it would be slightly quicker if I did that. And I'm doing it with my hand rather than a spoon. It's quicker if you use a spoon, but I'm trying to do it by hand. I mean, I could very easily tip the bag up, couldn't I? But I've got enough mess. I'm trying. If I make a mess, I've got to clean it up. So when I do things, I try not to make a mess. And I think that's a good plan. I think you'll agree with me on that. Now, the thing is, I'm going to have to just shake. Oh, I've got enough flour, but I'm going to have to go over the sink to do this. So just excuse me a moment and I'll show you. When I fill this up, there's enough in the bag, I think. There is. So I'll chuck it over the sink. I will show you, of course. There we are. So that's 2 cups of flour. Strong white bread flour. Put that down there. Just get this excess off my hands for a second. Right. And the last thing, 1 teaspoon of fast acting yeast. Now what you've got to do, it's not got to touch the water. So all you have to do is make a little hole in the top of the flour. And you pour it in there. So we've got some yeast here that's open. I think there'll be enough in it. If not, I've got another packet I can open. Not a problem. But we'll see if we've got enough in here or not. We might have, we might not have. I think there is. 1 teaspoon it says. Right? Yeah, just got enough. Look at that. I can put that bit in there, it won't matter. There we are. That's it, done. So now we just put this in the bread maker like that, and turn it on. And for a normal one, I press start. That's it. And it takes 3 hours. It's an hour mixing. Let me just do my hands again. I don't want to get too much mess. And it's as simple as that, right? So I finally, you finally got a video anyway. You finally got a video. Yeah, I think so. I had a flashing thing. I think it's battery going down. Anyway, it's still working, I think. Oh. So that's what it is. Now we have to wait. So I'll go and charge the camera up. And I might just show you taking it out at the end. I've got to tip it out now. Like that. The paddle's still in the bottom, but that can come later. But now I'll just put the oven glove back up there and get some kitchen roll to hold it with so I don't burn myself too badly. And we'll turn it over. That looks a very good one though. So there we are. Right. Yeah, you can see that alright. I'm sure you can see that alright. So, now I have to leave it a little while to cool. So, we'll do that. But that's it. But look, I'll just show you a bit closer. Show you around it. Because that looks to be quite nice, doesn't it? And I can assure you it'll be just as tasty as it looks.